All right, you guys, welcome to Math This Week. We are going to be working on Lesson 3. We are not doing the whole lesson. We're just going to do Session 1 and 2 today. They're both going to be on the same video, so keep watching it. So let's start with Session 1. You need to turn to page 33 in your books. Right here. Becky uses 1-inch cubes to create a model for a small paper gift bag she is making. Her model is a rectangular prism. What is the volume of Becky's model? All right, so we kind of already know about this, right? We know that we're measuring these with unit cubes. And if we count here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here and 2 here. So if we do multiplication, if we times 2 times 5, which is width times length, we now know that there are 10 cubes in each layer. And then we count how many layers we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our height. And we know if we add height to our formula, we get the volume. So we take this bottom one, times it by 4. Our volume is 40. All right, let's go into some further detail and explain this some more. Go ahead and turn your page. All right, so how did we find the volume of Becky's model without counting each cube? We used the formula. We times the length times the width times the height. Or we times the base times the height. Both of those will give us the volume. All right? So let's take a look here at Becky's finished gift bag. Becky's finished gift bag is shown below. You can find the volume with a formula. Use the letters length, L, W, and H to represent length, width, and height. That's exactly what we've already been doing. So we got width, height, and length. So let me scoot this up just a little bit. It says the bottom of a rectangular prism can be called its base. So that's the base, right? The base is how many are in each layer. Write an equation using the area of the base to find the bag's volume. Then complete the formula. All right, so volume equals base times height. So let's take a look here. What's my base? Well, we got 2, and then we got 5. So we know our base is 10. And what's our height? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we know that 4 times 10 is 40. All right, I'm going to move you guys a little bit closer to my screen. Okay. There. All right, let's go. So that's A. 4 equals 10 times 4. That's our volume. Let's go ahead and go up here to section B. I'm going to fill this back in for us. Using the letters shown in the formula below to help you complete another equation for the volume of the bag. So we have length times width times what? What's missing? Our height. So let's take a look here. What's our length? L equals 5. Next is width. W equals 2. Height, H equals 4. And then we just do simple multiplication. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times 4, 40. Same answer. Either formula works. So how are the two volume formulas you wrote above alike? They both give us the volume. How are they different? This one uses 3 digits. Nope, not digits. Digits is a single number. 3 numbers. The other uses 2. If at any time you're not done before I go to the next problem, you guys pause the video. Okay, so this is the end of session 1 that I'm going to instruct you guys on. You need to do page 35 and 36 on your own. Those are going to need to be turned in. Okay? Let's go to session 2. So this is one of the ones you guys are going to do on your own. And then this other one. Okay, we're going to skip page 37. We're going to go to page 38. Gareth has a rectangular pencil cup, it's down here, on his desk. The cup is 3 inches long. Let's label our chart as we read it. 3 inches long, 2 inches wide, that's where I'm getting this from, and 5 inches high. What is the volume of the pencil cup? You can picture the pencil cup as a rectangular prism made of 1-inch cubes. You can draw a model of the pencil cup and label its dimensions. All right, let's go over here to page 39. Just going to erase what we did so that you guys don't get confused. Number 1, explain how you can find the volume of the pencil cup using the prism shown in the picture it. You can count, that was the one that had all the units, right? So you can count the cubes. Okay? Explain how the area of the base of the prism shown in Model It relates to the prism in Picture It. Well, let's take a look. So in Model It, it tells us that our length is 3 and our width is 2. So in the Picture It, it had 3 cubes in front and 2 on the side. Okay, so that's how we know that they're related. The Model It one showed us that the length is 3 and the width is 2. In Picture It, it had 3 cubes in the front, which is our length, and it had 2 on the side, which is our width. All right, let's look at 3. So how can you use the prism and Model It to find the volume of the pencil cup? Well, in Model It, it has the cup, right? And it has it labeled. It has, sorry guys, I can't remember the measurements. 5, 2, and 3. So how can we use that to figure out the volume? Well, we can use a formula. Length times width times height. Our length is 3 times our width times our height. What does that equal? So then we just do 2 times 3 is 6. Bring down our 5. 6 times 5 is 30. This was measured in inches. So our answer is 30 cubic inches. So number 4 tells us to write 2 different multiplication equations. So we already did one. Actually, we wrote both of them. So length times width times height. And then we know our base is 6, and base times height, which is 5. Oh, I wrote the wrong number here. Is 30. So those are our 2 formulas, right? Length times width times height, base times height. So how can you use the dimensions of a rectangular prism to find its volume? Multiplying them. That's how we find the volume. So number 6, I'm not going to move this up yet in case you guys are watching, It says, look back at your try it strategies by classmates and picture it and model it. Which models or strategies do you like best? Do you like the formula? Do you like model it? Do you like picture it? Say which one you like best and why. Okay, this is our last page we're going to do together. It is page 40. If you didn't get this, just pause it and rewind it, and then you guys can record it or write it down. Number 7. What is the volume of a rectangular jewelry box with a length of 12, a width of 7, and a height of 5? Well, we know length, width, and height. Let's do our formula. Length times width times height. 12 times 7 is 84. Then you have to times that by 5. It's a big number to multiply, so you can set it up like this. Makes it a lot easier. 4 times 5 is 20, carry our 2. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 2 is 420. This was done in centimeters. 420 cubic centimeters. You can also write cubic like this. You put a little 3 up here, centimeters. All right, we have another one. How much space is taken up by a book that is 12 inches long, 10 inches wide, and 1 inch tall? Show your work. Length equals 12. Width equals 10. Height equals 1. Length times width times height. 12 times 10 is, that's right, 120. 120 times 1 is 120. This was done in inches, so it's 120 cubic inches. Number 9. A rectangular prism has a volume of 100 cubic meters. One of the dimensions is 5. Which pair of measurements could be the other two? So, we know that the volume is 100, right? We know that one of the dimensions is 5. We don't know what the other two are. So let's plug them in. 1 and 20. 1 times 20 is 20, times 5 equals 100. Okay, there's one more answer. So let's just skip, or let's do this one. 5, I'm going to erase that. Next is 5 and 10. 5 times 10 is 50, times 5, that's 250. Is that the same as 100? Nope, so we know it's not B. C is 10 and 10. Well, 10 times 10 is 100, times 5, that's 500. So it's not C. Since I already told you guys there was one more answer, you know it's D, but let's do it up here anyway. 4 and 5. 4 times 5 is 20, times 5, 100. So our other answer is D. You guys need to do pages 41 and 42 on your own. Have those done so that if you have any questions in our meeting today at 2:30, you can go over them with me. Again, if I went too fast, rewind it, pause it, write it down. Do those pages on your own, and I'll see you guys later.